Welcome to the Success Sensei podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
Bowing in. This is Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. Today I'm discussing what's holding you back, and it's episode 217. Welcome to the Friday Blitz.
The Success Sensei, Friday Blitz coming at ya.
What's holding you back? Did you listen to the starting round on Monday? Maybe you didn't listen to it on Monday, but we went through when we discussed a little of something is worth more than all of nothing. And it was to do with procrastination and starting something that you have put off or you regret not starting. So let's talk about and break down what exactly is holding you back. Hopefully you have something in your mind. If you don't, I want you to picture something in your mind that you wish you would have pursued, I suppose, that you would have done, that you think you've quit early on, or that you've justified not going after it because you've said to yourself it's not realistic or it's a childish pursuit, when really that was just your way of, I suppose, accepting that you've given up on it or temporarily given up on it. None of this is designed to make you feel bad. Well, I don't mind if you feel a little bit bad if it spurs you on. We did discuss how regret is very painful and can grow more painful throughout the years, but that it's also a very powerful driver. So if you do experience regret, just put it straight into pursuing the thing that you've temporarily put on hold. This isn't a judgmental episode either, because I have made all of these mistakes. This is all advice I give to myself. And if you can step outside yourself, and as we will throughout this episode today, then you'll give yourself the exact same advice, because it's advice you'd give to somebody else if they came to you with these particular excuses. So we need to figure out first in your mind what it is exactly that you've put off doing, that you genuinely want to do. If it's a change of goal, forget about it. If it's something that you're not interested in pursuing, grand. But you need to have something in your mind. We all have something that we regret not pursuing, and that the time is still right. I mean, well, let's go with the excuses and we'll go through it and you'll see exactly what I mean. Okay, so the first one is I'll do it when such and such happens or such and such. The thing is, you know, I know, everybody knows we won't. The conditions will never be perfect. So there's no point in putting it off. Hence, the starting round episode was a little of something is worth more than all of nothing. The conditions will never be perfect. Just start and then improve on it and improve on yourself as you go along. So that's the first one. You can pick any one of these excuses that you have attached to your to the goal that you wish to achieve. And hopefully by the time we get through this episode, you will have the answer to yourself to not give in to the excuses. So whatever excuse you're working off, we're going to try to make it null and void. Right, the second one, I'm afraid to fail. So a lot of people won't start something because they're afraid to fail. But you need to replace that with the fear of regret. You know, on your deathbed, you're not going to turn around and go, I spectacularly failed at such and such, and I really regret that spectacular fail. Or would you turn around and go, you know, I have immense regret for having not even tried. A spectacular fail makes a great story, and one that maybe not you know, while it's fresh, but later on you can possibly laugh at. If you're going to fail big. Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid to not try. Unfortunately, you have to replace the fear of failure with the fear of regret and the fear of missing out. FOMO. Next one that you might have used, I don't feel good enough or worthy enough. If that's true, if you're suffering from imposter syndrome, if you don't feel good enough or worthy enough, what can you do to make yourself feel good enough and worthy enough to be able to pursue your dream? What is it? Is it re-education? Is it a mentor? You know, what is it? What can you do? Go for that first, and then, you know, and then pursue what you want to pursue. Or regardless of not feeling good enough, regardless of not feeling worthy, pursue what you want to pursue anyway and work on those at the same time. You know, that there are always options, and that they are the options that the people that you see winning end up choosing. Like, the people that you see winning have felt the same as you, have probably used all the same of excuses. Now that I'm looking at these excuses written down in my notes, I think I probably have used every one of them at some stage. And I'm sure you have too, because it's a normal human trait, but it's just to be in control of them and just counter them and not give in to them. Next one. I don't know where to start. I can't start because I don't know where to start. So what would it take for you to know where to start? Do you just start anyway? Yeah, absolutely. Just start, even if you don't know where to start. Create your own start. Or talk to people who have already started or have already achieved what it is you're looking to start and you're looking to achieve. Get their advice and just go for it. So that's, I don't know where to start. Next one. I don't have the money, or it could be the lifestyle, or it could be the job security to try. Nobody ever does. It's very similar to the first one, when you're saying, you know, I'll do it when what? When will you ever have the perfect amount of money to do something? When will you have your lifestyle completely sorted out to be able to pursue your dreams? When will you have the job security that you need to have in order to be able to try, you know, a secondary career or a side hustle or your own business? The answer is never, so you may as well do it sooner than later. You know, anybody that's looking to build up the perfect lifestyle, or the perfect amount of money, or the perfect, you know, job security, these things I've discussed many times in the past. If you talk to a millionaire, they still have worries about money. If you talk to somebody that looks like they have an absolutely super Instagram lifestyle, if you actually lived with them for a while, you'd realise that their life isn't really, and they have the same problems and maybe more, and the same drama, maybe more, the same toxicity, maybe more, as everybody else has. You just don't know. It's generally only a fantasy and not an actual reality. The same goes with job security. What is job security? We're in the middle of a level 5 lockdown, coronavirus pandemic, precautions and measures going on. There is no such thing as job security. So you may as well not put these things off. Whatever it is you wish to do, absolutely do. I'm not saying, you know, throw everything into the wind and leave your job and blow through all your money and completely devastate your lifestyle. You know that that's not what I'm saying. It's not advice you'd give to somebody else, and it's not advice I'd give you. All I'm saying is you don't have to wait for the perfect conditions. Okay, next one. What's holding you back? It might be what you think. What will others say or think? And it's you thinking about what they will say or think. It doesn't really matter. They're going to say or think whatever. You know, worrying about what others, and that could be people close to you. It could be friends. It could be family. I think it's specifically hurtful and worrying to think that, you know, what close family members might say or think. But then strangers, worrying what I've met many people that worry about, you know, strangers, people they don't even like, worrying about what they're going to say or think about their plans or others. That should really strive you on to, you know, to really succeed at what you want to do. Not the opposite, not to try, to actually outdo yourself and to inject so much success in your life that, I don't know, maybe they can just talk about and think about, you know, all their seething jealousy towards you. Maybe that doesn't bring you any happiness, but what I'm trying to say is, don't be worrying about what will people say or think. Too many people are tied to that, and it will stop you from doing absolutely anything, because you cannot make everybody your friend. You cannot make everybody happy. And if that is your objective, you'll be basically sacrificing your own life, and there'll still be people talking about you or negatively thinking about you. So what is the point? You might say to yourself, I don't have the support from family or friends. So what would you have to do to gain the support of family or friends? Get close people around you if you can, if you're in that position. Don't let, you know, you're worrying about lack of support from family or friends. Obviously it helps if it's close family that they support you. So try to gain their support. Try to help them understand what your goal and what your dream is. And ultimately, maybe you'll have to just go on regardless and prove to yourself and prove to them that you can be a success at what you're doing. Remember, if you fail, I guarantee you're a hell of a lot further along the path, or any path, than you would have been had you not bothered at all. So keep that in mind. Not numbers, I didn't number the things to these ones. But anyway, next one, I live in the wrong country. Anytime you see anybody who is particularly successful, they generally haven't done it within the country that they were born. They've generally travelled. You may have to move. You may not. Thankfully, as I talked about in an episode last week, I can't remember the title of the episode, but it was about to be thinking globally and not locally. We can do a lot of damage from our own country, but feel free to move if you think you're in the wrong country. If you're very committed to your goal, up sticks, family and all, whatever it is you have to do, and go to wherever you need to be able to pursue your dream if it's genuinely something that you're after and something that you want to do. Next, my health isn't great. So if your health is really, really bad, now we're talking about illness or anything, obviously you're going to need to concentrate on certain factors first, but that doesn't mean that you can't spend rest time thinking or developing a plan or thinking about your goals. Health, it's a multifaceted one. That one, by the way, I wasn't really talking about debilitating on death's door health. I was more talking about, your mental or your physical health not being in a good enough place you thinking it's not being in a good enough place for you to start and what you want to start. In the business I'm in, which is, 20 years teaching martial arts, there's the amount of people that I hear saying that they want to get fit before they join. There's a high enough percentage of people saying that they want to get fit before I join, and it's that exact percentage never join because they never get their fitness up or their health up to the point where they feel it's good enough to join. You're better off just joining and starting your exercising, starting your martial arts or your kickboxing or whatever, and improving along the way, improving both mentally and physically. This whole thing of getting yourself in the perfect shape to start is just a fallacy, and it's just going to hold you back, and the years are going to pass by and you haven't done what you've wished to do. And then the last one, I've probably left the biggest one till last. And I've left the biggest one to last because it's probably the most talked about. I don't have the time. That's what's holding me back. I don't have the time. There's so many blogs written, there's books written, there's so many episodes of podcasts about it. I don't have the time, and everybody have the time somewhere in their schedule. If you really, really look at your schedule, there's wasted time somewhere. Maybe you're sleeping too much. Maybe you're looking at pointless entertainment. Maybe maybe it's your commute. You could be listening to something or doing something more productive. Maybe it's your downtime. Maybe it's been hung over and taking 3 days to recover. Whatever it is, I guarantee you do have the time. Now, all of those are excuses. They're all excuses I've used. They're all excuses you've probably used. They're all excuses that you wouldn't take if somebody else came to you with them. You already know the answers. Eliminate whatever excuse it is. When I was listing those, whatever excuse it is that you have used in the past, whichever one of those or multiple ones of those you've used to stop you from succeeding, whatever it is that's holding you back, acknowledge the excuse. Let's figure out which excuse are you sticking with and then eradicate it. Now, I went through them very, very fast. You could spend 30 minutes on each one of those, absolutely eradicating that excuse and not allowing yourself to use it, and therefore having no choice but to ultimately go after what it is that you want to go after. Now is a great time to eliminate whatever is holding you back. We have different environment now that we're in, some type of a lockdown, whatever country you're in. There are different measures. We are spending our time differently, and that gives us the opportunity to really eliminate any of these self-limiting beliefs and to really go after whatever goal it is we have regret over, and not let any of those excuses hold you back. So what is holding you back? For once and for all, let's analyze it and go through it and eliminate it, and really go for what it is that you wanted. If it was just a fleeting fantasy and you've decided that that's, it's not a goal, then it's not a goal. Forget about it. I'm talking about one that isn't just that you might have justified not going after it, or not achieving it, or not even starting on it. The ones that are still there in your mind when you wake up in the morning or when you go to sleep at night. We're talking about the real ones. Whatever those real ones are that, on your deathbed, you're going to have that regret. Why not look at it now? Why not set out a plan now? Why not eliminate all those excuses? And even if it's only small steps, get started. Whatever, even if you don't achieve massive success on a massive scale, it's a hell of a lot better achieving a little bit of success on a little bit of a scale, because you wouldn't have achieved anything if you hadn't simply given it any kind of a shot. So eliminate what's holding you back and get stuck in. Thank you for listening. I'm Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.